What's happening, folks? So, here's my response to my own Sam to Sam's. All right, we're first going to tackle flirting versus friendly. And here's my take on flirting versus friendly. I think that it's all up to each individual how they understand it. I think when people are in a relationship, generally speaking, you got to know your person's personality to understand how they operate. With that said, I think usually between the two people, there's an understanding of what's flirting versus friendly. But I do think it can get interesting because I don't think that everyone has the same interpretation. Now, when I say everyone, I'm not talking about the two people in the relationship. Samantha mentioned how somebody could be on the outside observing something and saying, hey, you're flirting, right? And even though to that person, they're not flirting, or even to that person's significant other, they're not. But the perception outside of it is like, hey, you're flirting. So I agree that that's true. I also believe that it can be a slippery slope when you are friendly. And let's say you are a friendly person by your personality, but you're engaging with someone who is interpreting your friendliness as flirting. You have to be aware of that too. And if that occurs, you got to fall back, figure that out. I don't think that you have the excuse of, oh, I'm just friendly. I don't know why they are seeing it that way. If they're seeing it that way, it's something that you have to manage because you are the one in a committed relationship. So I say all that to say that I do think there's a difference. I do think it can get tricky and it can be a slippery slope. I don't think that there's a one size fits all at all when it comes to it. I think that to each his own, but I do believe within the dynamics of a relationship, the two people can generally kind of have an understanding as to what's acceptable and what's not. So that's what I got, Samantha. What do you think?